Hey everyone, it's a little late for Halloween. I know I'm a day late, but I vibe coded out this interactive point and click sort of choose your own adventure. And that's really what I started with. And I'm using Gemini primarily, exclusively, Nano Banana, and VO3. So I thought, could I generate an image and then generate animations from that image that we can click and point and touch in a interactive adventure style. So the code's pretty simple. I have a generate assets, and this uses, generate a bunch of scenes, and then animate them. These are all the assets that we get, and the animations all have sound, and they all play, and they all work, right? So I have this gates, the initial image, the foyer, the back door, the cellar, and the upstairs, and each of them comes with their own animation. We whipped up together a little style sheet, index, and game.js, and we can run this game. Now check this out. And hopefully you can hear it. So this is the initial page, right? You stand before a hemlock house, the wind whispers through the trees, and we click and we're going to enter the gate. And now that we're through the gate, we can try the front door, look at the back door, or try the basement cellar. Let's try the front door. So we're in through the front door. A dusty foyer stretches before you. A grand staircase looms. And we click, and we get the view of the foyer. So we can go upstairs or go back. Let's go upstairs. And we're in the upstairs hallway now with a bunch of portraits and this creepy door at the end. And we're going to go through the door. So we can open the door and we're back through the front. And now there's a couple of more adventures that we can check out. Once we're through the front door, we can go through the back door and through the cellar door. So let's look through the back door. This cool viney back door area, right? We're gonna creep in through the back door to the mansion, and we can enter carefully. And now we're at that cellar door. Enter through the cellar door. So this was like 15 minutes of vibe coding, not even. Like I had a lot of fun doing this. So I'm going to adjust it a little bit, maybe make it where you can make your own game. So all that stuff that's hard coded about this haunted mansion, I'm going to see if I can make it where we can vibe code it right from maybe a Streamlit UI to create a game, create a point and click adventure based on your prompt. And then that prompt will generate the images, and then those images will generate the videos, all through an input, right? So I'll maybe make something that says, can I go through a data center, right? And that data center generates the prompts and does all the things. Stay tuned. Okay, this is really cool. I'm not quite there yet, but I want to show you the incremental steps. So what I've done is I've made a Streamlit app where we put in our prompt, we generate the story scenes, and then we generate the assets. And then ideally we can explore it. I'm not quite there yet, but when I manually do this, and from this prompt, it was a super futuristic advanced AI data center, the outside entrance, the first level with racks, the second level with different AI racks, the power facility, robots, everything out of the 22nd century data center. So this is what it's made. So an awe-inspiring, ultra-futuristic entrance to a massive AI data center. The exterior is sleek, monolithic, made of shimmering, reflective, right? You see all this text here. I didn't write any of this. This is all of this, 99.9% of this is vibe-coded AI through Gemini, Banana, and VO. So now watch what happens when I click and listen. So we're going to enter this data center. And we're going to go to the next scene. And we're in the racks now. And this whole comment here is about the racks. Right? And we're going to click and see the drone and the AI augmented racks. Right? Cool, right? Next scene. We're into the second level, housing specialized AI processing units. Pretty cool. Oh, that's so wicked. It is so wicked. Next scene. So now we're into the power facility of this AI data center, right? And we can see the outer view of the power core. Plasma, right? Really neat. And we can click and see the power distribution into this futuristic data center. And now the team of robots in action, sleek bipedal humanoid service robots that interface, right? And we're going to click. So, wicked. Look at it. It's replacing the unit with drone's help. All right. So all of the static images are from Nano Banana from the prompt, and all of the videos are from VO3. And this is a JavaScript, HTML, web front end, and Python generates all of the assets. Now, what I really need to do is get this to work and let me just play with or launch a link, or I'm working it out, how to get this working render right into the UI here. So that's coming. Shouldn't be too long. This is a lot of fun. This will be open source. This will be on my GitHub, and you can do it with a Gemini key or a Google API key. You can load my code and prompt and generate click. You know, it's 5 screens right now. I might scale it to 10. We'll see how fast we can do this. It does take 5 to 8 minutes to generate a five layer deep clicking experience, but stay tuned. This is awesome. I've got it embedded inside of the Streamlit now. All right, so check this out. So describe your world, a super futuristic advanced data center, outside entrance, first level with racks, second level with different AI racks, power, robots, everything out of a 20th century. We click this button first to generate the scenes. We generate the assets. And now it's right here in Streamlit. All right, so there's the entrance to our data center from the future. And we click on the button and we're going to enter the data center. Next, we're in the data center. And we're going to watch the robots in action in the data center. Keeping, look at this. The power core. And the robots keeping the power core alive. Very, very cool. Very cool. So now that this is up and running, right, we can look in the logs and see that we get the banana asset and then the VO asset for each of the 5 scenes. It's all AI generated. All the assets are here. There's the game JavaScript, the index HTML, the story.json file that's dynamically generated, style sheet, generated assets, Py, and the Streamlit app. Now I need to work backwards and make a requirements.txt file for this so that you can just run the Streamlit app.py and do this on your own. But just to show you, let's go ahead and refresh the page and say, data center from 1995 with an entrance, lower level with racks, sub-basement with power and cooling, right? Cat 5 cables, lots of cables, lots of humans, terminals, a back door, and an enterprise facility. All right. Generate story scenes. And this does not take that long to do the generative AI for the text and the different scenes it's going to build. And we're going to get 5 scenes. We could scale this maybe, we'll see. But for now it's 5 scenes. So infiltration, data hall, sub-basement, terminal access, backdoor escape. All right. Generate assets. Now this takes minutes, into the minutes. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll pick up once the assets are done. All right, thanks. Okay, this one's a lot of fun. It's a 1995 data center. Data center from 95, entrance, lower level with racks, sub-basement with power and cooling, Cat 5 cables, lots of humans, terminals, a back door, and an enterprise facility. So here it looks like the enterprise facility. At dusk, dark brick, tinted glass, lone security guard. Pretty cool. Yeah, I've gone into buildings like this before. Okay, cool. All right, next scene. All the people messing with all the racks and all the terminals. Hunched over CRT terminals. Rows of beige and off-white server racks, yeah. Stretch into the distance. Numerous IT technicians in polo shirts and glasses are bustling, some hunched over CRT terminals, other pulling or chaos. A chaotic yet purposeful energy.
We need to verify the SCSI ID before we power up the unit.
It's set to 5 according to the manual here.
Wow. So now we're in the sub-basement of this place. Where all the power and cables and all the nightmare is. So that's pretty neat. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this, but pretty close. Okay, so a dude at a terminal. Plugging cables in. And then checking things. Alright, alright. And then a back door out of the place. Okay, so that's a 1995 data center according to AI, Banana, and Gemini. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? So I'm going to play with a couple of other prompts and see what I can really do with this. I'll be back pretty soon. Okay, I'm always excited, but this is crazy. I've just made a first-person shooter sort of simulation adventure. This is wild, wild. You're not going to believe this. All right, now I wish I could make it full screen to really give you the full experience, but here's my prompt. Can you make a first-person shooter from the later 2020s, high-quality guns, a HUD and health, ammo, gun type, FPS with a gun, 5 levels, airport, downtown, subway, hospital, freeway, where the FPS game is inspired by the still image. Lots of action, fights, crouching behind things, jumping over things, fighting bad guys, reloading. We generated the story scenes, we generated the assets, and here's what we get. So it explains sort of this, and we're in the main screen. So I'm going to click watch this. We're in the airport here. Are you getting the audio? Right? So then, right, that explains that scene. And we're going to go to the next scene. So this is in downtown. In a street in an urban scenario.
Move up, move up! I'm hit! Suppressing fire!
Huh. Okay, we're going to go to the next scene. And this one is in a tunnel, it looks like. The subway. Okay. And in a hospital, it looks like. And he's got a shotgun this time. Okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. And then out on the freeway. I haven't seen the freeway one yet myself. So let's see what goes on. Oh, cool. It's a driving scene. Okay, that's wicked. We're going to watch them again because I don't care. This is really cool. So this is the airport. This is the downtown.
Move up, move up! I'm hit!
Try to take it all in.
Suppressing fire!
This is the subway. This is the hospital with a sort of shotgun, machine gun hybrid. And this is the freeway, which is really remarkable. Okay, and that's from a prompt. So I'm going to be back. I'm doing more. That was really successful. So I'm going to try a few other prompts. Let me see what I can really come up with here. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's just do the same thing again. The same thing and just see what the generations look like. And I'll show you how this is done, really. So I'm going to copy this in. And we're going to refresh. And we're going to just adjust it a little bit. First person adventure game RPG. Health and ammo and weapon type using swords and bows and arrows. First person view of the weapon. 5 levels, and let's do forest, mountain, river, forest, mountain, river, underground, cave with torch lit, and a castle where the FPS is inspired by the still image, lots of action, fighting, crouching behind things, jumping over things, fighting bad guys, reloading, casting spells, swinging swords, shooting arrows. Highly inspired by early and successful MMORPGs. So we're going to generate the story scenes. And then when I generate assets, I will stop the video and we'll come back. I'm just showing you that, and you can do this at home. You can do this. That's the exciting thing. You can clone my repo, set up the follow the README, and get going with this. All you need is a Gemini, a Google API key. That's all you need. It's like, whatever it is, $20 a month or something. So here's all our text. Forest ambush, image prompt, video prompt, mountain skirmish, river rapids escape, cave layer torchlit, assault on the castle. And we save that into a JSON file that I'm then going to feed into the asset generator. So let's just watch this asset being generated, this single asset. So I'm going to refresh, and here are all my previous assets. Let's get rid of these, minus the forest ambush. So here's the forest ambush image. Really cool, right? We've got this awesome goblin, and we've got the sword, and it's very inspired by an early MMORPG, right? And the health bar and the sword weapon in the forest. So now what's happening is we're just waiting for VO. VO takes, 45 to 90 seconds to generate the MP4 with the audio. And then we're going to get that as a scene. Okay? So there's not much to do here other than wait. And I will update the README, right? So make a VENV, install dependencies, run the AI adventure simulator. And I will rename it. It was called Spooky, but I'll rename this. So if I refresh, here is the video that we got of me fighting that orc or whatever. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's going to have audio and everything. All right, now the next one's a mountain skirmish against a dragon, it looks like. This one will be cool. But you can see how long it takes. So I will come back. Oh, I haven't been sharing my screen. Oh, boo. Let me go back. So we have the image here. And now we have the video generated. Right, so now we have the mountain skirmish. And we're just waiting for the VO, which does take some time. So actually there should be a mountain skirmish MP4 now. Here we go. So let's see the mountain skirmish. Oh, and I am fighting a dragon with a bow and arrow. Switch to the crossbow, line it up and shoot it. That's cool. That's cool. And now we have the mountain escapades here. So me in the river fighting river monsters. Right? Isn't this awesome? Just from the prompt that we slightly adjusted here. Make a first-person adventure game, RPG, swords, and I described the levels and everything. Sorry about not switching the video over. I that was my mistake. Hopefully you didn't miss too much. And we may as well stay here. So just to go over maybe what I did miss or what I did cover was we just had the prompt, and it went from the machine gun first-person shooter to an adventure game RPG, and we changed some of the prompts to use swords and bows and arrows, and to be inside of a river, an underground cave with torchlit, a castle, mountain, inspired by the still image, lots of action, fighting, crouching, jumping, fighting bad guys, reloading, casting spells, swinging swords, shooting arrows. Highly inspired by early and successful MMORPGs. So we're creating these assets now to make up our adventure. And we started with this one and we got this video. And you'll hear the audio at the end. And then we had the mountain skirmish, which gave us this video. The rapid escape, which we haven't seen the video yet. Oh, that's cool. It's fighting the same dudes from the image. And I'm zapping them with spells and stuff. I want to watch that again. So it's sort of weird. It's a mixed third-person, first-person view. Anyway, and now the cave torch lit. Okay, spiders this time with a sword, and I have a torch. I should have two hands, but I only have the one hand. That's okay. And we're just waiting for the cave lit, so that's done. Here's the video of the cave lit. Fighting zombies in this cave with the torch in my hand. Flame burst. Well, that's pretty cool. All right. All right. And now the next one's a castle assault. So here's the image here of the castle assault. And we're going to make a castle assault video here. So some of these, it's funny. It looks like it's only taking 4 iterations, maybe 5. Some of them take longer, like the freeway. Or this one, the airport, took a really long time to make. But we should be wrapping things up pretty soon here. So there we go. So now we have the castle assault video. Huh. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And so everything's ready. So now in the Streamlit, right, we have the text description of our adventure. And we can click on this and hear it now. Wow, the sound lines up with the fighting and everything. So now I'm in the mountains. And now I'm in the river. The splashing effects. Look at the water effects. Look at the running water in the background. Look at the river, how high, anyway, that looked really good with the water. And now I'm in the cave here with the fire lit. Well, that's pretty cool. And now I'm up in the castle. And then back to back there. Wow, I really don't know what to say. It's really up to our imagination and the adventure we'd like to describe. So maybe I'll do one more, and then I'll wrap this up and combine all the videos and get this on YouTube. All right, stay tuned. And again, I apologize for me not switching the video over. Okay, one last one to wrap things up. A 16-bit 90s style side-scroller. Make sure I share the screen this time early. And you can see here that I have a city intro, vibrant, detailed 16-bit art side-scrolling. Oh, I lost it. Let me go back to the JSON. Right, so I have these 16-bit descriptions of various levels that you would find in a game. Okay? And it's generating the image and then the video sourced from that image. Right, and we're already on level 2. So level 1 looks like this. Okay, and I said use a Chihuahua instead of, say, Sonic the Hedgehog. So that's pretty cool. Now let's see what the video looks like. Oh, that's cool. Oh, no way. No way. It's a Chihuahua. Yeah, that's exactly what a 16-bit game was like at the time. The spring and the boxes. Oh, no way. All right, now there's a water level coming up. Water levels are always the worst, right? But we always had a water level we had to overcome. That is pretty exciting. The image itself. That's cool. I'm excited about this one. This is pretty cool too. It's not a side. I guess side scrollers moved into first person view. You know, with Genesis and stuff. This is an accurate version of a level. I was expecting it to be a side scroller though. So, okay, the water level's ready. Let's take a look at the water level. Okay, this is a side scroller. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at the depth in the background. Look at the foreground. The things along the bottom, the fish. Oh man, is that ever cool? And it doesn't move up and down as much, and it sort of just runs through things and they explode. But that's... And his health went down. Hang on. Okay, no, his health started there. All right. All right. So now what's the next one? Is a sands, desert sands. So now we move into the desert level, which should be done pretty soon. Should be done pretty soon here. So I really would love to see. Okay, so there's this desert sand. Oh, the boulder, the birds, the double jump, the multi-layered background. I can't wait to see this with audio. Scorpions, eagles, the cactus. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So the next one is sky. Yeah, there's always a sky level. And again, this is just going to take a couple more iterations. And we're going to get the sky level. And then there's one more level. Volcano level. That's right, the volcano level. So the city intro. The water depths. The desert sands. And the sky islands. And we should have the sky islands video now. So the sky level. I'll see how it's got the wind and everything. When he kind of fell down. Oh, he's just running open air. Okay, well that's not great. Still pretty neat. Still pretty neat. Yeah, and now the volcano core. And this will be the last level, and then we'll get to watch them and hear them with the audio. And this will just be a couple more seconds. This is a lot of fun. I hope you get to try this with your family and your kids and your friends. This is really remarkable stuff. I've really had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you can tell, but I really think it's easy enough that anybody can do it. So I just need to make a requirements.txt file and a readme file, which I will do today before I wrap up the video and put it out on the social networks and stuff. Okay, so they're all ready to go. Here's the volcano video. Oh, lost health. Losing health. All right, all right. Okay, so now let's watch and listen this time. So here's the text description, right, in our adventure. Did you hear that? Oh, no way. And all the sound lines up. That's cool. That's cool that all the sound lines up. The bubble sounds. That's cool. We have a desert. Music gets 16-bit and everything, right? Huh. Okay, like the sky level. And the volcano level. Okay. Back to the start. So this was so much fun. So again, in theory, once I have the README and everything, clone the repo, make a Python virtual environment, install the requirements.txt, run the Streamlit app. One previous step, export your Google API, run the Streamlit app. Have fun. Thank you.